tell me where in the world is
Crime in San Diego.
Welcome back to Where in the World is Crime in San Diego.
Surprise! Happy May the 4th be with you.
Yes, indeed. Now, I am not a big Star Wars fan, but I understand that it is, what you want to call it, pop culture, movie culture, whatever it is, right? And it's a big part of the world around us, I guess you'd say, right?
My nephews are ginormous Star Wars fans.
Yeah. So
My brother-in-law is a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And I think by default, it's kind of like forcefully trickled onto me.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be that person that didn't watch the Star Wars movies, but now, thanks to having nephews that are obsessed, I can no longer say that.
Like, I personally, I'll watch the movies, but I'm not like the hardcore person where it's like, that lightsaber does not belong to that person, or, that character. I am not on those levels at all, but kudos, because I am a fanatic of baseball, and if you're a fanatic of whatever it is that you tickles your fancy, then
as
go
long
for
as
it.
it's not murdering people, then yeah, go for it.
So Angie took it upon herself to look up stories that were crime related and that involved Star Wars characters or Star Wars things in general.
Yes.
So I have no idea what you have on that little spiral notebook right there in front of us, but I'm excited to hear what you have to share for us today.
Oh, I gave them quirky little names, so the names are on me. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so if I mess something up, take a little leniency on me.
And that's why we have DMs, and that's why we have comment sections, so you guys
They'll
can
be turned
correct
off
us.
today. Just kidding.
Okay,
All right.
let's go.
So we're going to start with the first one. I called it Darth Maul Uses the Force.
Darth Maul uses the Force. Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right, I know who the character is. Okay.
Okay. So Darth Maul is the one with the red face, the black veins.
And the spikes and everything
Yes.
coming out of his head. Yep. All right.
All right. So in 2013, a man dressed as Darth Maul entered into a couple 7-Elevens here in San Diego, and he robbed them at gunpoint. And he took a whopping $100 from each location.
He didn't have a lightsaber?
Thankfully, no. There was no lightsaber.
Gosh. Oh, wow.
He did have a gun. It was a modern Darth Maul.
All right.
So yeah, I'm like, oh, that happened here. I don't remember hearing about it, but
I don't remember hearing that at all, but okay. That's not something you see every single day.
not at all. All right. So the next one is Not Your Papa John's. And this one we're going to Kissimmee, Florida.
You're Hispanic, so you're not saying it correct.
Papayan.
Papayan.
So this is in October of 2008.
All right.
And a young man, pizza delivery, shows up to a house and there's no one home. And it's one of those things where like it was before contactless and COVID delivery. So you are trying to like make contact.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of like second guesses and then he goes back to his car and he's so caught up in the fact that nobody was home that it takes him a second to realize there's someone standing next to his car dressed as Darth Vader.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Like out of the blue. So as he's like taking in this image, he gets shot at with not a lightsaber, a stun gun.
The delivery guy.
Yes,
He got shot with a stun gun.
with a stun gun.
What?
Yeah.
He was just doing
No
his
idea.
job.
Poor kid. Yeah. It wasn't Papa John's, by the way. I just like the title of it.
Oh.
They didn't say what pizza place it was. I don't know if there is Papa John's in Florida. Just clarification.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is.
So next one is, I titled it, Sith Your Butt Down.
Sith your butt down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was back in 2005 in Springfield, Illinois. And that was at the time that the release of the Revenge of the Sith was coming out.
Oh, okay, so it's like
Star
back
Wars
in the
film.
80s. Okay, yeah. I
No,
think
no,
so.
2005.
Oh, 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge of the Sith?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the new one. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, all right.
So it's coming out, the hype's up. it's not unusual for people to dress like characters to go to a movie and support it.
Uh-huh.
I think I've done something similar to where like Harry Potter memorabilia to a Harry Potter movie. So it's kind of the same, but people tend to dress up for these things.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie had just came out. Obviously, everybody's really excited. And a couple of employees at the movie theater are getting used to seeing people in costumes and like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Even
like,
adults.
Yeah, like we've been to premieres like recently with the Mario movie that came out. Like we went to this opening night premiere.
Yes, exactly. Same idea.
People were dressed up like as the Mario movie characters. Like you had Peach, Bowser.
Right.
Yeah.
So the employees are like used to this.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden they start to realize that this person dressed as Darth Vader, again, must be the most popular costume in the market, starts getting closer and closer to them and like almost behind the cash wrap closer. And they're like, that's weird. And then all of a sudden they get attacked by this Darth Vader character shortly after he steals money from the cash register and runs off into the woods.
Huh.
So it did take a minute to catch up to him and to find him because it was nighttime. It was dark. He's in a black cape. I mean, it's not exactly standing out.
Yeah, you're just.
But he
blending
was
into the
caught
darkness.
overall.
Wow.
Yeah.
He just decided to steal my. Well, I mean that is the perfect disguise, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, you're at a movie theater and it's like you're dressed as one of the characters. No one's
But
gonna
you'd
wanna-
think you'd go like undercover and like wait for someone to look away and then take the money, not go and attack someone in the middle of the movie theater and then run out.
Mhm.
So I think that's where like his Mission Impossible failed a little bit. And our last story for today is Star Wars versus Star Trek.
Oh boy, here we
This
go.
is a debate as old as time. The amount of times I've gotten in trouble for confusing the two, I've learned my lesson.
This is like, I feel like the way you can kind of compare this is like a little bit of like the two-party system, their politics, right, in the U.S., where you have your Republicans and your Democrats.
Yeah.
This is
Same tension comes out of it.
Oh, exactly. And my coworker, best friend, he showed me a movie called Fanboys that has, you know, Star Trek and also has Star Wars fanatics. And oh my gosh, like it is hilarious how
I've
they
never
go
heard
back.
of it or seen it.
Check out Fanboys. It's a little more older. It's like early mid thousands, I think. It's really hilarious movie, but it's like you got to check it out. So, anyways, sorry, getting off topic. But
So, Star Wars versus Star Trek.
yes,
Again, biggest debate, probably top 5 on the planet. So, two young friends are talking about this. And I say young as in like young adults.
yeah,
And they're having this debate between friends of like which one's better, going back and forth. And I get it. You can totally get really heated when you're passionate about the topic, but it gets to a point where it becomes explosive. So one of them decides to walk away. He's like, I'm done with this conversation. Nothing good is coming of it. Basically agree, disagree.
yeah.
But like a couple steps in, he changes his mind. He turns around and he starts attacking his friend and choking him to the point where the friend starts to black out.
So who's the one that's
I
who's-
didn't get into specifics.
I'm like,
Yeah.
who is the one that came on top? Was it Star Trek or was it Star Wars?
So they're going at it, right? And he's like about to black out. He starts to reach into his pocket for his pocket knife to stab his friend to defend himself. And while all this is going down, people are seeing, they're rushing over to help, and the cops are called. And the attacker gets taken to jail.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, the other kid was just trying to defend himself. But again, what kind of kid carries a pocket knife? Not really sure. That conversation went way out of context than it needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of shows the dramatics of like how passionate people can be about these hobbies and interests.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of it.
Nobody was hurt. They're fine. But I mean, it could have gone really ugly
It was
really
like
fast.
one step away.
Yeah,
from-
it was a hairline,
wow, that is
a
wild.
lightsaber swab away.
A lightsaber swap. Gosh. You know, like it's funny how some people can take, you know, movie characters and you know that culture
Yeah.
and they incorporate it into crime. It's interesting. Like people take anything and everything from whatever they see.
Yeah,
Like-
it was really interesting to find these cases. I hope that you guys enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed researching and finding them for you guys. I hope everybody has a very safe and healthy May the 4th be with you. and an even safer Cinco de Mayo or Drinko de Mayo for you that like margaritas or old enough.
Yeah, whatever it may be. Whatever. Celebrate, be responsible, drink responsibly for sure, and look into the history of what Cinco de Mayo actually really is. So, I know here in the U.S. they celebrate Cinco de Mayo as if it was like a national holiday, which it kind of is.
Mexico, not so much.
Not so much in Mexico.
But I hope you guys like these stories. They were really fun to find.
Oh, I'd love it. Honestly, this is great. And the one about Darth Maul in San Diego, I had no idea. That's pretty awesome. That is fantastic. Yeah. I love when we find out stories that are from right in our backyard.
Well, that's kind of our whole purpose, but yeah.
Is it really? No, it is. Of course, that's what this podcast is all about. But
thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on Monday for our next episode of Where in the World is Crime in San Diego? Till then, catch us on the next case.
Tell me where in the world is
crime in San Diego?